Hello again to you, Leanne. You're quite right. Yes, Nelson Mandela International Day is just around the corner. It's on the 18th of July. Will you be taking the president up on his offer of cleaning South Africa? I know one young politician who will not be doing that, but he might want to try this for size. TREK4MANDELA. What's it all about? Let's speak to the CEO of the Nelson Mandela Foundation, Sello Hatang, to tell us a bit more. A very good morning to you, Sello. Thanks again for your time. What's this all about?
Good morning. I think today is about saying to South Africans, and in fact the continent, to say that we need to take the education of girl children seriously. I wasn't aware of the number of girl children who don't go to school because they don't have sanitary pads. And what Richard Mabaso and team are doing is to raise awareness through the continent to say we need to ensure that children don't miss school. They need to be in class, and we can play our part in terms of changing the course of their education through our contributions. So we will be sending them off today because they're driving through Botswana, Zambia, Kenya and Tanzania. And throughout the drive to Kilimanjaro, I don't know if you can imagine going up Kilimanjaro, but they go up Kilimanjaro and they will then have the South African flag up there and the Mandela Day flag to say we have reached the summit of Kilimanjaro on the 18th of July.
And they'll be raising funds in doing so, and those funds, as you put it, will go to that NGO called Caring4Girls, an initiative that provides sanitary towels for young ladies. So this is all for a good cause.
Yes, this is for a fantastic cause, and I think all of us should help contribute in whichever way we can. And you can go to our website, mandeladay.com, to follow their route, how far they are, and as they convene the dialogues, we are encouraging people in Botswana, people in Zambia, people in Tanzania and Kenya, that please watch them as they go through, and they will be convening these dialogues with young people, because it's young people who have to participate, who have to play a part and ensure that we build a better continent.
What do you have to say to the naysayers who say they don't see any significance, any relevance, longevity or sustainability of any of these initiatives that will be taking place, including TREK4MANDELA on Mandela Day? What do you have to say to people who say such?
I think the important thing here is that we should remember that we started off Mandela Day as a 67-minute campaign, as it were. And we said this was to recognize Madiba's contribution of 67 years. We've now said that we can't just be doing that on the 18th of July. We need to be changing lives every day. That's why we've changed the campaign, that it's now take action, inspire change, make every day a Mandela Day. And I think all of us should contribute to making it every day, because it takes just people who have been Mandela Dayers every day anyway. The granny who looks after 60 children who don't have homes. The one who looks after the elders, the elderly in our communities. Those people are everyday Mandela Dayers. They have sustained themselves. Kids who need attention in terms of their reading. So issues of literacy, we have to all contribute. But it can't be done just in a day. And I agree with them to some extent that there are those who just pose for the 18th of July. But sometimes it's just that posing that then pricks one's conscience, that they then come back. And it's that coming back that we are encouraging. That's why we're saying make every day Mandela Day.
That ripple effect. This is, of course, the first Mandela Day that will be marked internationally without the man himself in our physical midst. And one wants to ask the question of Brand Madiba now going forward. We know his PA, Zelda Lukranzi, wrote a book. Some have called it scathing on the family members. What do you think this does to the image? Does it tarnish? Does it enhance? They say any publicity is good publicity. What's your take?
I think let's start off where you started off on Madiba's long walk. We all know that one's long walk comes to an end, but the test of any legacy is about who will walk that walk for you when you know more. So Madiba is no more, and we're saying this being the first Mandela Day without Madiba, let's make it big. That's why we then have more than 126 countries that will be participating this year. Just under 1,000 events and things that will be happening around the world. We're saying let's continue on that. On the book, I think what Zelda has done is to offer a perspective on Madiba. And I think it's her perspective, and she's sharing that with the rest of the world. And I think it's for us to then read the book and then come to our own conclusions on what she comes up with. But all of us have a perspective of Madiba. We can't, as the foundation, say that we are the only ones who have a perspective. All of us have. You also have. And she's sharing that perspective.
Thank you so much for your time making the legacy last. TREK4Mandela. Follow the progress of these young men led by Sibusiso Villani. That's a very, very well-established mountaineer. They're going up Mount Kilimanjaro. Sello Hatang, CEO of the Nelson Mandela Foundation, saying they're going big this year. I don't see what could be bigger than Mount Kilimanjaro at the moment with regards to climbing here in Africa. So that's an initiative that will be taking place. It is for a good cause, Caring for Girls, providing sanitary towels to many, many youngsters who would otherwise not be in school because they don't have the resources to go to school when they're on their monthly period, something that you and I perhaps take for granted. So we'll have more discussion on the initiative. They're being sent off today, the mountaineers. They're going off today. We'll tell you a bit more about that a little bit later. Right now, let's check